Hey foodies, welcome to Food It Forward. Hope you guys are doing well because today we are pretty much having anything we want. So we are introducing a pasta dish. Yes, carbs, you know, every good thing in moderation here. And we're kind of doing the work. So we're doing a shrimp and prosciutto pasta over a cream sauce with asparagus, and then we're going to kind of garnish it with some parsley and chives. So it's going to be a real treat today. Let's kind of go over some of our ingredients. Here I have some water boiling for our pasta, and we're also going to blanch our asparagus. Here we have prosciutto. We're going to talk a little bit about what prosciutto is, and if you're not really into pork, you can substitute this with like a turkey bacon. That'll work just as good. We have shrimp right here. These are already peeled and deveined. And again, if you don't like shrimp, use chicken. The same flavors will work with different ingredients. We have some finely chopped Italian parsley and some finely chopped chives. And we use the zest of 2 lemons. What I'm going to do first is I have our prosciutto here. I'm going to add, this pan right here is already hot. I'm going to add, you can probably see the smoke coming out from it, a little bit, about a tablespoon or so of extra virgin olive oil. Get that pan coated, and you see it's really hot here. So I'm going to take our prosciutto and I'm just going to render this down, get this prosciutto crispy, just like you would bacon. And then we're going to start layering our flavors with this. Now once this is rendered down, and you want it again just to be just a little crispy but not burnt, we're going to take this out, add a little bit more olive oil, and then we're going to throw in the rest of our ingredients to make the sauce. So what we have here is prosciutto, famously known, if you're in Italy, prosciutto di Parma. What prosciutto is this thin slice of pork here. The actual pigs themselves are on a special diet, so they have a particular fat content to them. If you're looking for prosciutto, you want this part right here, this fat layer of fat, to be as white as possible to really show the quality. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to chop this up into fine pieces, and then we're going to go ahead and render this down and use this as a top for the pasta. Alright, so right here we have our asparagus, which I've washed and rinsed. Now dealing with asparagus, a couple of things you could do. You could either take the asparagus and snap it right where it snaps naturally, and then you're just going to add that to the snap ones. You could do that each individually, and they naturally snap where it's tough, and just add that to there. Or if you don't have time for that and you want to line it up, you can also just take a knife, and probably right about there you're going to have to cut off. So really depends on you on how you want to do that. You know, if you're strapped on time, just take a knife, cut it about an inch and a half, you know, from the bottom, and you should be good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to take our asparagus, and you can line it up 2 or 3 at a time, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're actually going to cut these in 3 parts, and you see I'm cutting off a diagonal there, so it's going to look a little bit better, you know, presentation wise when you cut it on a diagonal. So I'm going to finish our asparagus here, and then we should be good. Alright, so we are going to take this zester or microplaner here. We'll take our lemon, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get the zest of this lemon. Now, if you see here, you don't really want to go too far past that white, because then it's much more of a bitter taste, and you really don't want that in your sauce later on. So I'm just going to go ahead and take our 2 lemons, finish this off. We're going to save these lemons as a garnish later, so you'll see what I do with that next. Alright guys, so as you see here, I have boiling water. I've salted the water already. Definitely recommend that you always salt the water and always have it boiling before you put the pasta in. That's your only chance to really season the pasta. I'm going to use spaghetti for this recipe. Feel free to use whatever type of pasta you like there. So our prosciutto is almost done rendering down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take our diced up asparagus. I have a shallow bit of water already boiling. I'm going to add some salt to this because this will give it some seasoning to the asparagus here. Now as we get that in, I'm only going to blanch this in the water for, I don't know, probably about 2 minutes. We just want it cooked. We're going to get that green color out of it, and then we're going to get an ice bath ready. So once this has been cooking for 2 hours or 2 minutes, excuse me, we're going to throw it in that ice bath to stop the cooking process. All right, so our asparagus, I just turned the heat off. It's been boiling for about 2 minutes. You see we have the ice bath right here. Again, it's going to stop the cooking process. Asparagus, especially the ones that we're working with, you don't want to overcook it. That's where you get that soggy, limp asparagus. This is going to see the greenness there. It brought out the greenness of the asparagus, and it's still going to have that crunch that people like. So I'm going to pour this out right here, and then I'm going to throw it in the ice bath to shock the asparagus and stop the cooking process. Alright, so we are back. Here is our prosciutto, all crispy, rendered up. Now, the pan is still smoking here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the olive oil so that way we still keep the flavors of the prosciutto. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil here. Add our garlic. This is just on medium heat here. Get that around the pan. Then we're going to add about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic that I minced up finely. So we're going to add that in. And get that mixing all around. Alright. And then to this, we're going to go ahead and add our shrimp. And the shrimps have already again been cleaned and deveined. Then we take our salt, season up the shrimps a little bit here. Now you don't want to go too much on the salt content here because that prosciutto is really salty, so you don't want to end up with an over-seasoned pasta dish. So a little salt and pepper action. And then let's give this a good toss. Alright, we are back. Our shrimp has been cooking for about 5 minutes or so. What I did is I went ahead and added our heavy cream, about 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I went ahead and added our lemon zest that we took. I'm going to bring this back up to temperature, bring it back to a nice simmer, let those flavors infuse. That citrus is really going to bring out the flavor of the shrimp, and it's going to be a good contrast to the garlic that we're using in here. Once this is brought back up to temperature, I'm going to go ahead and add our pasta that we've already boiled. I'll add the asparagus, and then we'll add some butter in it just to add another level of richness. And so we'll put all that together, add a little bit of our herbs and spices, our herbs, save some for the garnish, and you'll see how we plate this up when we get back. All right, foodies, here it is. I don't know if I can lift it, but here is the finished product. Can you guys see that? All right. So again, what we did, just to kind of recap, what you guys see going on here, once the shrimp was done, we added the cream and the lemon zest. We added the cooked pasta. Then we added the asparagus with the rest of the herbs. the parsley and the chives, and then we just put it all together. I saved a little bit of the prosciutto for the top, is what you see going on here. And remember the lemon that we zested? Cut that up as a garnish so everyone could have a little bit of extra citrus flavor if they want to add that to their own individual plate. So hope you guys like what you see here today. This is a huge plate. Who wants to come over? I can't definitely eat this all by myself. So this serves about 4 or 2 really hungry people. So hope you guys like that. If so, you see should be a link at the bottom. Food this forward, email, send it to your friends, make this for your next party. Until next time, foodies, this is Food It Forward, signing out. Bye.